Yo, still bills, what's the deal, man? Nigga back. It's Tuesday, into Tuesday. I'm heading to the crib, man. Actually, I'm gonna go slide through the turf, see if some of the homies is out. Go kick it with my niggas real quick before I head home. And kick my feet up, man. But peep game, I wanna talk about something, man. And I done seen I was on the the IBFP, shout out to Nuke in the panel. I was on that panel last night, and I've been seeing a lot of videos from my man Julius Ring IQ, and yeah, it's not a paradigm that he has, but he's definitely highlighted something that I am noticing, and I think everybody else is starting to notice as well, because we talked about it last night on the IBFP's channel, man, and that's our Canelo fans getting a little nervous about this fight with Bud next month. And I want to say it's an amalgamation of two things, right? So on one hand, it does come off as nerves and what's the word that I'm looking? Your nerves. It does come off as nerves, and just kind of unsettling, to where you kind of like, yo man, you do like, this dude should not be this confident for somebody who's moving up 2 divisions after being as dominant as he was at 147 pounds. You got challenged at 154 pounds. I think Sean Porter challenged you as well, but as I stated, you would eventually, as the fight progressed, you'll start to separate yourself, and that's what he did. He never really separated himself like that against Madrimov. So he's starting to get challenged. He's starting to get pushed at 154 pounds. And we just saw what happened to Charlo at 154 pounds. And Charlo been calling the homeboy out. He called him out. He get the fight, and then when he gets to the pressures, he's a lot more docile, and in his approach, and when he's addressing him and talking to him and all that. You're not giving me that same energy. Bud is not giving you the energy of someone who's about to just cower and I'm just here for a paycheck. Nah, bro, I'm coming in here to, crash your ass. And that right there it is somewhat unsettling to Canelo fans. Now, I'm a fan of both. Both of these two are my dudes. But I'm not, I'm going to stay in the middle, and I'm going to address them as Canelo fans and Bud fans and so on and so on. But it does come off as nerves on behalf of Canelo fans. But I think the other thing is this: it's kind of it's surprising, it's shocking, it's awe, and it's all it's a word that I'm trying to find that I can't think of. It's like dismissiveness, like. So you're just gonna ignore history because Bud looked the way that he looked in front of Spence, huh? So just all that, jumping up 2 divisions, none of that shit matters. That's not going to be a factor. If this was any other fighter, we'd be talking about you jumping up 2 weight classes. That normally is an indication of doom, and you doing it, and you as confident as you are. Like, I remember when Tank was talking about, Tank and Bud's name was getting thrown in the pot to a certain degree. I don't think it was ever meant to be taken serious. I don't think it was ever meant to be taken serious or nothing like that. But they did, their names was kind of, swirling around one another. And everybody was like, that's stupid. Why would you jump up to fight Bud? It just doesn't make, that dude is too big for you. It's too big for you. Or he's too big for you. I said, pause. Well, he's too big for you, and not to mention all the other fighters that that done jumped up one too many divisions before and got dominated. So we're gonna ignore all of that and just focus on Bud moving up, and not only saying that he has a chance at winning the fight, but he's gonna beat Canelo easily. Because now the Crawford fans they're overly confident that Bud is gonna go up there and do what he does to Canelo. Some people think he's gonna swim without getting wet. He gonna stop him. People, niggas are saying a lot of wild shit, and I think it's kind of like, it's a cause to pause and clutch at your pearls. Like, bro, you about to sit here and tell me you this confident that he finna go up and beat this dude and just ignore history? What are we doing here? So I think that I think that's the biggest issue with a lot of Canelo fans. It is a little bit of nerves, but I think it's also audacity. Like, y'all got a lot of nerve to sit here and just ignore history because, you know, Bud is your man. So I get both sides of it. I definitely do. I definitely do it is. I do think it is somewhat, you know, I think it is a little bit of tension. Like, yo, man, this dude. I'm not too comfortable when saying Canelo was going to win this fight because how confident this dude is. It is that. It is that. It is that. And on the channel, I did say that it's a little bit of a, I think Bud's team is nervous, you know, not team, but his fans are nervous as well. And I after thinking about it, I'm like, nah, that ain't the case. That's not the case at all. I don't think Bud fans are nervous. I think they're a lot more delusional in how they think this fight is going to go. Because let a Bud fan tell it, a Bud fan is going to tell you that Canelo is just about to go in here and get dominated. And they're going to use his performance with William Skull as a testament to why he's going to get dominated. And they're going to ignore how Bud looked at 154 pounds. And styles make fights. He ain't Canelo. He ain't got the foot speed of a Canelo Alvarez. There's going to be a lot of conjecture to kind of protect and insulate Bud from any harsh criticisms or whatever, man. So I don't think Bud fans are nervous. I honestly don't. I think Bud fans are overly confident going in this fight to their own detriment, because how they think this fight is going to go is I don't see how you can be this sure of not necessarily him winning, but how he's going to win. They just feel like he's about to go in here and swim without getting wet. That's their mentality. That's their mentality. And I'm not mad at it. You did. Like, I'm supporting the champ up here, man. Like, I'm supporting the champ. But I've come across people here in Omaha talking to the homie. And the homie telling me, you know, he's a huge Benavidez fan. And we always had these skirmishes. He made a group chat. I may have told y'all before, he made a group chat just to ostracize, because they know I'm a Canelo fan. And these cats are once upon a time Canelo fans, and they still claim to be Canelo fans, but every time they approach me about a Canelo topic, it's always slanderous. And then they'll bang on me for only talking about Canelo when they created a group chat just to talk about Canelo. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? So I'll bring up Benavidez, and he'll bring Canelo up, and we get to talking about Canelo and how he asked me how I think this fight is gonna go. I'm like, I'm rooting for the champ. Yo, all surprised to hear you say that. I'm like, why would you be surprised to hear me say that, dog? Like, we're both from Omaha. What are you talking about? Will you be surprised to hear me say that? So I asked him, how do you think this fight is gonna go? And he said something along the line, like, Bud gonna beat the shit out of him, and don't be surprised if he makes it look easy. And when I said this last part, I'm like, so it's gonna make it look easy with Canelo, but he didn't make it look easy in front of Israel Madrimov. I'm like, this is a clear indication that y'all niggas just do not exercise logic. And that's the biggest problem with being an objective boxing fan up here. The minute you say something that doesn't go into the paradigm of what an Omaha nigga is supposed to think as it pertains to the champ, you're a hater. You hating on the champ. It's like, no, bro, are we boxing fans, or are you a fan of a boxer? And I'm a fan of a boxer on top of being a boxing fan. But you still have to project fucking logic into a discussion. Yeah, I had another dude was telling me, man, he gonna make it look just like you did. I bet you were saying the same thing when he went and he fought Spence. After I clearly told him, my nigga, I'm from Omaha. You talking to me about a bullet when you probably don't even know the neighborhood that he got shot in. What we talking about? How would I know that? Because I'm from here. So I'm like, you can't you preaching to me about some shit that has been known since before he became into prominence. Fuck is you talking about? I'm looking at Spence, like, and they are going to die on that hill that, you know, Canelo's gonna get done like how Spence got done. I'm like, yo. But this is what, you know, my point is, as it pertains to Bud and his fans, it's not nervous with them, with Bud fans. Bud fans, by and large, are a lot more confident than Canelo fans. And Canelo fans are confident, but all the pressure is on Canelo. If we being real, all the pressure is on Canelo. You got to go in there. You got to put, and not only you got to perform. If you don't stop Bud, you got to drop him. You have to drop him, or at the very least, it has to be a Charlo type performance, where you had this dude running for his, for dear life. And even in that regard, you're not going to get no credit for this win, because you're supposed to, just historically, you're supposed to do what everybody is expecting you to do in this fight, because you're 2 divisions north of him and you're the kingpin in that division still. So he's fighting for nothing, if we're being real, outside of a bag. Outside of a bag, you're not going to get any credit for beating. You're not going to get credit for beating Bud. I don't think if he wins this fight, that's going to prove who's the face of this generation. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that. I honestly don't. But it's a fight that you can't lose. If you win it, you get no credit for the win. But you can't lose it neither. You cannot lose it. And that right there, I think, is what's so unsettling about a lot of Canelo fans. Because I'm not about to sit here and give you credit if you go in there and you beat Bud. I'm not. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do that. I don't give a fuck what niggas is saying. I don't give a fuck what all these pundits is saying. I don't give a fuck what these trainers and coaches and other fighters are saying. I don't give a fuck how high they're praising Bud and the pedestal that they're putting him on. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't. I didn't give you. I don't even mention Charlo's name. I never mentioned Amir Khan's name. As far as your resume is concerned, I don't bring them cats up because I'm not giving you credit for those wins, because you were supposed to do that. I don't give Lomachenko credit for beating Rigondeaux. I don't give Golovkin credit for beating Kell Brook. I don't do that. I'm not playing them games, my nigga. I'm not playing them games. I'm not playing them games, so I'm not about to sit here and give you all this, admiration for beating somebody that you're supposed to beat. You have every advantage over. Outside, just from a skill set standpoint, both of you, y'all are compatible. Bud has the better feet, but can he be as light on his feet as he was at 154 pounds and sub 154 pounds? We're not expecting him to be. So you have every advantage going into this fight, as far as being acclimated to the division, being where you are in the division, and just being a bigger specimen of a dude than Bud. You have all of these advantages going into this fight. So you're supposed to go in there and do damage. You're supposed to go in here and put in pain. So if you beat him, I'm not giving you credit. But if he beats you, if he gets a draw with you, if he gets a split decision, a majority decision, he's getting all the praise in the world. Why? Because he did the impossible. He did the impossible. Bud gets full credit and some. He gets extra credit. You don't. And that's a harsh and fucked up reality, but it is what it is, gang. It is what it is. I'm not giving you credit if you go in there and you beat Bud. I'm not doing it. I don't think it's I don't think it's an extra you don't get a medal of valor. Nah, bro, you ain't getting that. No. Your resume doesn't get a boost because you beat Bud, because you are supposed to do that. So I don't want to hear it, my nigga. You can't say shit to me to convince me that Bud is like, if Canelo beats Bud, that no, because weight classes matter, and that is what's so unsettling when it comes to these fans. Canelo has to win this fight. Canelo has to be dominant in this fight. I can stay in the middle and say Bud is just that great of a talent. If it's a split decision, majority draw, a majority decision, a draw. Majority draw, I can be down the middle and say, hey, yo, man, Bud is just that special of a fighter. But you still should have beat him, bro, and you're not getting no credit for that. That is unsettling to Canelo fans. That is unsettling. It's just the unbotheredness of, by these dudes, like, yeah, man, whatever. Bud is about to go in here and do what he do. Bud is about to go in here and do what he do. And that, the presser and everything, how he went in there, he stepped to Canelo. That's setting the tone. That's setting the tone, man. That set the tone of the fight. Because I think Canelo, his antennas are up. His antennas are up for this fight. His antennas are up. Very much so up. Come on, my nigga, like, dang, my dude. Yeah, they getting on. Damn. His antennas is up for this fight. He's not about to go in here playing with this nigga. He about to go in here and do what he need to do. Or at least he's gonna train to go in here to try to do what he normally does. And I haven't really seen too much from him, man. I haven't, no interviews, no nothing, man. I just think he's really, has he even done an interview to promote this fight? I just think he's really locked in. You've seen him in front of the camera once in like a training camp or whatever the case may be, but I think he has this fight has his full undivided attention, and I think he's hearing what a lot of these niggas is saying. He's hearing what these pundits are saying, and I think the odds, as far as Vegas is concerned, is getting closer to being even. Like, bro, this is a dead even fight. That is unsettling, and that bit of nerves can make or break you. It can make or break you. And I think it's gonna make Canelo. I'm not saying that he's going to win. I'm not giving my prediction as of yet, but I think he's really taking into consideration what these other cats are saying. His last performance, he's taking that into consideration, and he's taking into consideration what all all the odds and everything is saying. Like, y'all got me fucked up, my nigga. No, I'm not. Okay. And Bud stepping to him like that, I think that really set the tone, pushing him, just kind of like, just stepping to him. You're like, yo, this what we doing? All right, cool. Okay. And that wasn't for for showmanship or nothing like that. Bud was checking that nigga temperature. That's the type of nigga he is, man. It's a north side nigga. It's a real one. As real as it get. So in totality, Canelo fans are a little bit, it's a bit of nervousness, and it's a bit of, are you seriousness? Bud fans are not nervous. That's just the long and short of it, man. So I'm almost in my section right now, man. I really ain't got too much else to say about it, other than we gonna see y'all next month on the 13th. I want to say happy birthday to me, 39 years old, August 5th, 2025. I'm outie. Doses.